So thank you very much for joining me today. Well, good morning. I have come to a beautiful Triumph dealership in Stoke-on-Trent, Stafford Triumph.
That's right, Staffordshire Triumph, yeah.
And this is Dan. Dan, introduce yourself.
Morning, yeah, Dan at Staffordshire Triumph. I've been here, we've been here about 7.5 years now, in sales, and now recently made into brand manager, I guess you'd call me if you like, yeah. Yeah, just on a Saturday morning and the calm before the storm, if you like, isn't it? Yeah,
it is a beautiful dealership. I mean, I do have a bit of history with this dealership. You sorted my scrambler out for me a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
and we've been here a few times before that for the open days and stuff. Just a really nice, chilled, well laid out dealership. So we're gonna have a walk around. We'll have a look. You can talk me through some of the newer Triumph models now that I've had nothing to do with.
Spot on.
So how long has this dealership actually been? Triumph dealership.
So our director, Bob, has been with Triumph since the mid-noughties, but he was in a different location. He moved into this shop in, I think it was 2014. He moved into here. Yeah. And then since that, we have also become Staffordshire Honda and Ducati Stoke as well, on a different location. But yeah,
I like the new colour schemes.
That black and grey is lovely, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
I do love my scrambler. I am at that point. Can I actually bring myself to sell it?
Yeah.
Or trade it in for the Honda? Do you know what I mean? It's a tough one because every time I ride it, I'm back in love again.
It ticks a lot of boxes, I think, the scrambler, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I'd almost class it as a retro adventure bike, really, isn't it? If you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
So what would you say is your best-selling
this year? The Trident 800, new model for this year. Yeah, that one has been. I think we've only had one so far that's made it all the way to the showroom floor and hasn't had a deposit on it. The Tiger 9 always does well. The new Alpine edition has done well this year.
Yeah, I did see the Alpine. We'll go over here because one thing I talked about, and it's one thing that always intrigued me because I never had anything to do with it, was the motocross.
Yes, yeah.
And the enduro side to Triumph.
Yeah.
And for me, it was always, this is a big gamble. And I think they put a lot of resources into.
We were told the off-road is the single biggest investment Triumph have made since they restarted.
That's how I see it. They put so much resources into it, and it was always, for me, I can remember talking to Bob, your boss, the guy that
pays the bills.
Yeah, pays the bills, lovely guy, and I bumped into him at the Triumph Visit Centre when they were launching these bikes, or the first, I think it was the 450, I can't remember, the 450 or the 250 they launched first. And we were both having the conversation. It's great, but unfortunately it's a segment. It's got to win. It's got to win on a Sunday to sell on a Monday.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think they were really up against it. But I'll give them their due. They seem to be dominating quite well in America with it.
Yeah, I think unusually for Triumph, this is driven massively by America, whereas most stuff is.
Yeah, they've got the super.
Leicestershire, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Where they've got a massive facility out in America with various test tracks and various test riders out there. That seems like all the development
is so big.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
with their indoor stuff as well as their outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that it didn't fail. People always say to me, because I'm not part of Triumph anymore, and with everything happening to me at Triumph, how can you still be around Triumph? But I love the brand.
Yeah.
You know, it's in my soul, it's in my DNA. It's like, and I'm proud of every bike I ever worked on. So I still like to see them succeed. I don't want to see them not. So I was so happy when these didn't flop.
Yeah.
Because I think it was probably one of the biggest gambles they've ever taken.
Massive, isn't it, really? You know, when you're going up against the likes of a KTM on the Yam, you can't just go in half-hearted, can you? If you know what I mean,
exactly.
Really.
And it was that fact that you're taking on the Orange Army.
Yeah.
You know, this is their domain.
Yeah.
You know, and unless you can beat them week in, week out, you've what's the point?
Yeah.
They seem to have done it.
Yeah.
They seem to. I see all the time on the social media and stuff that they're getting podiums, they're getting wins, and they're winning championships.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
I think we are just getting to that point now, 2 years in, where we are getting people in that are buying the Triumph instead of a KTM, and we're winning against sales against them bikes.
Yeah.
Whereas probably that first 12 months, we were selling a lot to people that they wanted one because they wanted to, dare I say, they wanted to be different. They wanted to be the man dressed in all the black factory Triumph gear and stuff like that, where now we are getting a bit more of a mixture of customer through for it, especially since the Enduros have come out with lights, number plates and stuff. Yeah. They've been a bigger seller than the MX bikes, really, which is to be expected, isn't it, I guess?
It's your purpose.
Yeah.
People like a lot of green lane in that.
Yeah.
I suppose they fit into that category quite well.
We did
people that got the money to, because they're not cheap either.
They're not, no.
Sub 10,000 and 10,000,
Yeah.
£1,395 for the top of the range.
Yeah.
All the bells and whistles I'm getting.
There is an offer. The motocross bikes have currently got a pretty good offer on them. The 250s and the 450s, at 14 and 1,500 quid off list on them. To be fair, we did get to go to the dealer launch of both of them as well. I have never ridden a full fat motocross bike on a proper motocross track, but we had 3 20-minute sessions. And I come away from that with a newfound respect for motocross riders. I was absolutely blowing out of every hole, if you know what I mean,
It's the next day.
Muscles that I didn't even know I got, like,
The next day.
Yeah.
It is a good way to keep the fitness up, and obviously a lot of riders, that's they, TT riders love it.
Yeah.
That's how they get their bike. And that's the thing, to be bike fit, you got to ride a bike.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many times you go to the gym. Really, for me, it was always the same.
Yeah.
The more miles I did, the more bike fit I was.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not bike fit anymore.
That's my problem as well. Yeah.
I can still do a 400-500 mile day, not a problem.
Yeah.
But could I do that every day now, 7 days a week?
Yeah, it takes it out of you, doesn't it? Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Could I, at my age now, could I do that 1,000,000 miles again for Triumph? I don't think I could. And the Trident now is, would you say, your biggest seller this year?
This is the first one that we've had that's made it all the way to the showroom floor. Yeah, it's been a really good seller, that has.
I can remember these in development. Ailey, my wife, did quite a bit on the Triumph 660s, not the 800s, the first ones. And we were a bit like benchmarked against a Benelli.
Okay.
The whole thing. But it was a bit like, we're not sure where it's going to fit. But it seems to be a really popular bike to actually bring people into the brand.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that Triumph for me always were missing.
Yeah.
I always wish we'd gone with the 250s we did back in 2012.
Yeah.
They were cracking little bikes. And when Triumph canned it, we were mortified. It was like, these would have just brought so much into the brand.
Yeah.
But I think that, for me, is what the Trident has definitely done.
Yeah, the 660 that's been out a few years now, and that's been a brilliant seller. That has. Quite fortunate here. We've got like a Staffordshire Triumph approved training school, so we supply a fleet of Tridents and the 400s into a training school.
Yeah, forget about the 400s.
The little tracker, I think that's a cracking looking bike. That, yeah.
Small capacity bikes just seem to be making for me, they're people are downsizing.
Yeah.
I know so many people, and it's not just Triumph, it's quite a few brands,
Yeah.
Honda have got the GB.
They've done well with that, haven't they? Yeah.
They've got the 400. Enfields have been
Yeah.
knocking it out of the park for a while with the small capacity
Yeah.
bikes. And I suppose with the price of everything, and the price of fuel and the price of life, they actually make sense. I mean, I commute everywhere on a Monkey.
Yeah. Yeah. Class.
100 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
I've done these 6,000 miles on it now.
Yeah.
I've got the big scrambler.
Yeah.
It's fun. That gives me the need for speed.
Yeah.
But the Monkey, and I'm guessing these are the same, just puts a smile on my face.
Yeah. I had a Monkey for a couple of years and I loved it. It was the slowest bike I've ever owned, but I always had a massive grin on my face.
Nice,
yeah.
30 years.
Yeah. Just on the throttle stop everywhere, like a turbo. Like a turbocharged rhinoceros, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
We did the Isle of Man last year. There's a new thing now called Planet the Monkeys.
Okay. Yeah.
150 of us.
Were there?
On Monkeys, Groms.
There were a lot there this year, now you say. Yeah.
April this is.
Bloody hell.
So every April now is this thing. It started with 30 guys.
Mint.
And that's sort of the 150s plus now.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, It's the same thing. So these are all A2 compliant.
Yes, they are. Yeah. And like I say, they've been. I would say the vast majority of people that have bought these, it's been a second bite that they've got a big tiger or a scrambler or a pony, and this they just want. It's easy to get out.
Exactly what I'm on.
Jacket and a lid, and off you go for an hour. Or, you know, the more mature gentleman that's coming there, you know, towards the twilight of his motorcycling career, if you like, and he needs something light because his strength dictates that, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Well, Age is chasing me now, so thank you very much for showing our dealership.
No worries.
It's been a pleasure. Dan is lending me some bikes to do my next top 4 for my top 5. So I'm going to ride some of this dealership's beautiful motorcycles, which is I'm going to bring the next 4 reviews to you guys. If you're in the area, come and have a look. Stoke-on-Trent. I'll put the address and the link in the description. Come and speak to Dan. He's a lovely guy. He will chat you head off for hours. I'm telling you, he can.
Excellent.
With the best of them. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
No worries, Lee. Spot on, mate. Yeah, okay.
So I'm at the beautiful Stafford Triumph, and I met this gentleman. What's your name? Sorry, Ian. So it's very rare I bump into people that recognise me because I'm quite a small channel, but this guy has absolutely made my day. And just introduce yourself, Ian, and tell you how good people about how you come across.
So I was watching the videos, fell in love with the Scrambler, and I've gone and got one.
Got one, yeah. So Ian bought a Scrambler based on the fact that I love mine, and it is one of those bikes. And you've got to say, you bought an absolute beautiful example. I'm going to show these good people just how beautiful it is. That red really does pop, and it's absolutely covered in trinketry. Yeah, so you're the second owner of this one? Yeah, you can tell the first owner really did, he fell in love with it himself. So that has made my day today, it really has.
I'd like to say a big thank you to Dan for welcoming me to his dealership and showing me around and having a yab, and he also lent me a couple of bikes for the day. Those videos will be coming later on, and that is part of my top 5 Triumph series. And it was a cracking day, and now I'm heading home, but I'm having a little bit of a mystery tour. You know, I couldn't be doing with any more motorway miles. I did motorway miles this morning just to get there, because Staffordshire Triumph from my house is 81, 82 miles, and the quickest way is the motorway. But you know what? On the way home I thought it was a lovely day. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? You know. And I'm taking the twisties. No motorways. It has been a lovely day, and it's only going to get better, so they say. So hopefully the ABR will be absolutely bloody beautiful. So on that note, anybody going the ABR? I am guide riding for Honda for the duration of the ABR, so definitely come and say hello if you're at the ABR, and if you can get booked on and come out and ride some Hondas, hopefully you'll be in my group, so definitely say hello. Hey, wow, I am having far too much fun, so I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end it on that note. Give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, help me grow. It's free to do so, and stay safe out there, stay safe. Remember, never ride faster than your angel can fly. Biker buddy sets himself free, living his best life, letting it be. One hand on the throttle,